Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. A short-lived pump for XRP. It wasn't much of a pump yesterday. We did see XRP, though, go back up to 64 cents. Okay, and now it's trading at around 61.5, just shy of 61.5 cents. This is XRP on the daily. Let me throw it on the hourly. I don't know, something interesting was happening yesterday. We were seeing this upward momentum for XRP. As the rest of the market was, staying relatively stable, Bitcoin was falling yesterday, as you guys can see here. We did see a bit of a retracement, came back down to these levels down in here, in and around $68,200 per coin. And now Bitcoin is, it's currently trading at about 68,900. So it is up a little bit. Bitcoin's having quite the time trying to get back up above these levels here. Although, guys, it's looking fairly positive. As you can see, we did break up above $71,700. And so that was the next key level of resistance to break. Now Bitcoin does have to get above its all-time high in and around 73,700 per coin. So you guys can see we're getting up there. We're getting up there slowly but surely. We are still making higher lows on the chart, so that is also good news there. But it is still going to take time. The halving is only about 9 days away now. Look, there we are, 9 days, 0 hours, and 58 minutes away, and this number keeps vacillating back and forth. Sometimes it says April the 18th, sometimes April the 19th, just kind of depending, I guess, on where the hash rate is at that moment in time. So, guys, Bitcoin halving is coming up. I think everybody's getting really excited for this next leg up in the market. As you guys can see, greed is still sitting in the 70s, so we haven't really moved here. Investors, it seems as though, are still fairly excited, despite how the XRP community is feeling at the moment. Market cap is at $2.58 trillion. 24-hour volume, that's down a little bit to 8.09%, or rather down to 90.16 billion. That's down, though, roughly 8%. Dominance, Bitcoin dominance is still sitting at 52.6. So in Bitcoin dominance, of course, still plays that major role. And when we see that dominance dropping, that's when we're going to see altcoins taking over. At least that's what has happened historically. And that's when we know, guys, that the bull run is almost over. But guys, I still feel like we're quite a ways away from that. So, Bitcoin down roughly in the last 24 hours, about 2.3%. Ethereum's down to BNB coins up a little bit, along with XRP up 0.43% in the last 24 hours. XRP has actually seen an increase of 4.28% in the last 7 days. But mostly, guys, we are seeing red today. So fairly happy, I guess, that we did see that XRP pump, almost correcting, a little bit. And I know it wasn't much of a pump, but considering Bitcoin has been going down over the last 24 hours or so, that XRP pump did certainly help because when XRP started falling against Bitcoin, we had already made up for some of those losses with that random pump from yesterday morning. So that's about it. A bit of a wait and see game at this moment in time. Again, that next level, now that we've pierced it, 71,700. It's looking as though the next level, of course, is all-time high, but we got to get back up above this. I think this is going to be easier the second time around. Another observation, too, here from Greg Crypto, okay, with regard to the total 2 market cap, so that is all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Can you see that the consolidation has ended and it's time to pump hard? So taking a look at this 6 months, zooming way back, okay, historical data shows 3 to 4 bars of consolidation followed by a major pump. What will be the TMC2 for this cycle? He's starting to look at about $5 to $7 trillion. And so let's actually just bring up the total market cap and let's total 2 market cap actually, and let's just zoom out as far as Greg Crypto here has zoomed out. So this is the daily, but he is looking at it. This looks very, very similar to many crypto charts, Bitcoin especially. What he's looking at is the 6-month time frame. So we only have a few bars on here. It's because the 6-month is zooming way, way, way out there. And look at that. Okay, so from 2015 to 2016, 2017, humongous pump. And then that last bull run here, we didn't really see as much in terms of his movement to the upside. It's okay, though. Note, guys, how long it actually took to get down into these levels down in here. Significant large red bars. And again, this is the 6 months. So every bar, 2 of these bars represents a year of time. Now on the upswing here, guys, so this bar is from January to, June 2022. Then we've got July 2022 to December 2022 here. So not much movement down in there. And now, guys, we're starting to get that upswing. So in terms of what Egret Crypto sees here, getting up to the 3.186 over here. That was the top up here, 1.693 trillion. Roughly, or 1.6, I guess the market did go up a little higher, 1.75 trillion. This is again total too, so excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Where could we get to this time around? Well, he is saying $5 to $7 trillion. I mean, that might be a bit of a stretch. I could see the five mark at the conservative side. So yeah, anywhere between the 3.618 and the 4.236 brings us in and around 5 trillion. And I mean, if that is a conservative estimate, I could see 7 trillion at the high end, no problem. So I guess it still is anybody's guess. We have been already seeing this consolidation phase. So now it is time to keep moving up. Boy, the spec market is fun, isn't it? For XRP holders, more exciting news with more developments coming up. This one courtesy of the Ripple X dev team. For all XRP developers out there, we have streamlined the XRPL grants program to a rolling application period. So you guys, if you are developers or if you know a developer, you can tell them to submit. If you are a developer entrepreneur harboring a brilliant idea to transform the digital landscape, do you want to leverage the power of fast, secure, sustainable blockchains like the XRP ledger? Then look no further than the grants program, and they have funding opportunities that range from $10,000 to $200,000 for project timelines, up to 1 year in duration. So what they're looking at here, okay, introducing rolling applications. XRPL grants is moving from a set of application time frame to a rolling application structure. This means your team no longer has to submit your application during a set window. You can apply at any point during 2024. And so there are 4 stages to this review process: eligibility and interest form. So obviously you have to be eligible. The full application here, potential projects will provide more in-depth project details to ensure the best fit for the XRPL grants program, with a deep dive into the team as well as the existing project type and code. Finalist interviews, so top applicants will be invited to participate in a 45-minute finalist interview to further present and pitch their projects, and receive feedback from members of the panel of experts, including judges. And then there's the awarding process. Awardees will be determined and notified following the interview phase. The XRPL grants team will then meet with the teams to provide onboarding support for their award process, and then the judging happens at that point in time. So you guys can see Ripple still, really kind of pushing the grants program. They again, this has been the case from the beginning since it was called the Spring Initiative, and even before that. It is in Ripple's best interest to fund these programs. The XRP ledger is basically, their bread and butter, basically what they are investing in now for the future of utility, for liquidity, for XRP, and hopefully, with the spec run too, this is the hope that we're going to see more XRP utility come out of this. So this is some really great news in terms of the developer teams, grant applications. They've made it sounding like they're making it easier for people to apply. So for the devs out there, if you guys are interested, there is now more incentive to apply and to work on the XRP ledger. So some great news there coming from Ripple. Artur here also commenting the XRPL grants program, a driving force behind innovation on the XRP ledger, just got better with new rolling applications. It's now easier for developers to secure funding for ambitious projects like DeFi and even gaming. If you guys are interested in that, no more waiting for specific deadlines. Submit your brilliant ideas year-round. The streamlined process means projects could receive funding much faster, fueling quicker development and a more diverse XRP ledger ecosystem. These enhancements signal a serious commitment to empowering innovators. The XRPL grants program isn't just about money, it's about playing a critical role in building a robust and forward-thinking blockchain economy. This is what Ripple wants to do. Again, they started with banks, but guys, banks can only, take them so far. Eventually, there needs to be more use cases on the blockchain, leveraging XRP to drive that demand to XRP. So, Wrath of Kahneman happened to see this recent 2024 article. However, he's noticed some discrepancies here, like talking about XRapid or ODL. A lot of these terms have been rebranded since then, but this article is from 2024, which is kind of strange. So he says this is a Latin American article from PR firm Sherlock Communications, noting Ripple's CBDC work with Colombia and Mexico's plan to use XRapid, which is ODL. I believe the Mexico reference is in error, especially with regard to XRP. So here's the section regarding Mexico. They assert the BOM, the Bank of Mexico, is analyzing the possibility of using XRapid for ODL, I guess, as a bridge with the USD fiat currency. I believe they've based this on earliest erroneous reports misidentifying Ripple's comments sent in response to a BOM circular. So it could have been, maybe lost in translation. Not sure. They're still calling it XRapid though. Note, XRapid is a deprecated name, so yeah, the Wrath Economy here just mentioning what I had just said. The only official notice about a Ripple connection might be the ConFeel CBDC Innovation Challenge entry, a demo of using Mexico's Digital Tax Revenue Service, or their SAT, to onboard XRPL wallets. So I don't know, there could be some more to this. Put it down in the comments section if you guys are from Mexico and maybe know more, maybe can translate this for me on the fly. This could just be old news too. So it's okay though. I mean, a 2024 article still talking about the Bank of Mexico still committed to using, whether it is called XRapid or ODL, I don't think the name really matters at this point, but they still are connected to Ripple using RippleNet. So that's all great news. Of course, it's going to be about the demand, guys, leveraging XRP from all corners of the earth. That's what's going to drive price, guys. Higher demand equals higher price eventually. So wanted to thank the Wrath Economy for pointing that out. Here's another article, guys, courtesy of Eisenreich with regards to VeChain founder Sunny Liu. He is among a few speakers that did go out to Paris for Paris Blockchain Week. So he was there along with Brad Garlinghouse yesterday. I don't know if VeChain price action had much to do with that. However, VeChain, another one of those cryptocurrencies, guys, that I do love for so many different reasons, performed very, very well in the last bull run. Went up as high as 27 cents up here and now currently trading in at around 4.5 cents. So I still think this is the 6 month. I'm going to throw this on the daily just to show you guys. I still think there is some opportunity for the altcoin market. Definitely some coins that have retraced significantly. VeChain is one of those cryptocurrencies that I have in my legacy portfolio, a crypto that I held back in the day that I cashed out of some of in the last bull run, but also now today part of my legacy portfolio for my Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you guys want to see what I'm trading this time around, I've switched it up. I feel like, I should have, cashed out more like I did with my VeChain in the last bull run. I cashed out of 50% of my position, still am holding about 50%. Then I added to the $10,000 plus portfolio last spring. So you guys can find all that information, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I'm switching it up this time around. Do not want to make the same mistakes. And if you guys want to see what I'm doing, it's an easy follow. I'm trying to make it very, very easy for you guys to understand what I'm doing and, all the moves that I'm going to be making along the way. So VeChain, another one of those great projects. Here's a quote. "We are the kings of real world assets," says Sunny Liu. Wow. Very confident here. He recently quipped in a conversation in an X Spaces, capturing the continued progress by the VeChain ecosystem in pushing on with asset tokenization in a sector where some projects will be worth $16 trillion, or rather the collaborative efforts of all these projects will be worth $16 trillion. That's the estimate. Liu will be speaking on this mission and much more when he takes the stage tomorrow, April 10th at Paris Blockchain Week in the French capital. So that would be today. The 3-day summit has a stellar lineup of speakers, including Liu, Binance CEO Richard Tang, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, and renowned investor Tim Draper, VanEck CEO Jan VanEck, Crypto.com President Eric Anziani, and Circle Chairman Jeremy Allaire. So quite a heavy-hitting crew there. As revealed on X, Liu is expected to make an announcement of someone famous integrating VeChain. So maybe this is why we did see the price spike a little bit the other day. Since then, it has come back down, but these announcements obviously fueling more excitement. Crypto Nympho here saying, some big things coming for VeChain this month. VET and VTHO announcements of someone famous integrating VeChain, and I can only guess. They already have some high-profile clients: BMW in China, Walmart, and McDonald's as well. This company did start off as a supply chain management crypto platform. So interesting to see what's going to happen next. Wanted to thank Eisenreich for posting that. And speaking of Paris Blockchain Week, Brad Garlinghouse did make it known that he was there as well. It's great to be back at the Paris Blockchain Week. I joined XRPL Common CEO David Burici on stage to discuss why Ripple is planning to launch a U.S. stablecoin later this year, growing the XRPL community and crypto regulation, of course. So, a lot of people anticipating this new stablecoin, this new Ripple. I want to say it's going to be called the RUSD, maybe, or USDR. I don't know. Ripple. I don't know. It still needs a name. I'm not sure what they're going to call it. Ethereum benefited tremendously from stablecoins like USDT and USDC, so we definitely will see the same happen for XRP. Hopefully, this some optimistic thinking from XRP Crypto Wolf. Whalewire saying, great conversation. Was nice listening to you speak and discuss the stablecoin project, which looks very interesting. 801 underscore XRP saying, launching a stablecoin right before the BIS stablecoin regulation before U.S. House Financial Services Committee touch on national security risk illicit finance. You are good. Very good. So that was the other thing that I'm going to be touching on in a second. Actually, it's the next couple of slides here. High vibe, though, bringing up a clip of Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. This is what he says about the stablecoin market, guys, that it's going to hit $30 trillion.
The most macro view, I think many of us are believers in the stablecoin market, right? As a bridge between traditional finance and decentralized finance, stablecoins, I think, play a very important role. The market itself today, as I think we all have seen, is about $150 billion. The US dollar stablecoins by far is the dominant. Some, and certainly I'm one of these players, believes that market at $150 billion today, it's forecasted to be somewhere around 2.5 to 3 trillion in about 4 or 5 years. So that's a 20x growth. I think there's going to be a bunch of different players, and I think Tether's going to continue to do well. Circle's going to continue to do well. I think there's a role for Ripple to play in that, given our focus on the kind of infrastructure level. And look, I also think, and we wouldn't do this unless we thought it was going to be very good to the XRP ledger. As you have seen stablecoins launch on other layer ones, you've seen liquidity in that layer one grow. Our goal, as much as anything, is to grow liquidity in the XRP ledger. So we view this as a good opportunity for Ripple, but an even better impact on the XRP ledger.
Well, looking forward to that for sure. What are the stepping stones to launching a stablecoin on the XRP?
Well, one of the most important pieces of a robust stablecoin is really banking partnerships. And so, a lot of the questions we got when we announced last week were questions about how we're going to manage audits, how we're going to manage attestations. Our goal is absolutely.
All right, then it cuts off there. I really did want to see what he said next. I'm sure I can find the clip somewhere else. But guys, notice the stablecoin is going to render the XRPL more liquid, or at least this is the thesis from Ripple, which means more liquidity for XRP, which in fact means more demand for XRP when these banks are eventually going to use it. So that means if there's more demand and more, banks see that there's more liquidity in the XRP cryptocurrency, that essentially means, at least if Ripple's thesis is correct here, guys, this is coming from Brad Garlinghouse directly, is that XRP will be more widely utilized, guys, bringing up the demand, therefore bringing up the price. Now, as somebody was saying here in the thread, this is coming on the heels of the Bank for International Settlements' most recent report here. Hodor on Twitter, an OG, tweeted this out early this morning. Interesting timing for this new BIS paper. So this is it. Financial Stability Institute, the FIS Insights, stablecoin regulatory responses to their promise of stability. So some of the keywords here include stablecoins, fintech regulation, digital payment services, crypto assets, and digital assets, all here from April 2024. And Bank XRP here too, another OG in the space, retweeting out the Bank for International Settlements tweet. Across jurisdictions, emerging stablecoin regulations strive to achieve a set of common objectives, such as ensuring market integrity, consumer protection, and financial stability, while enabling innovation in payment systems. Here they're just giving some examples, like the E-token in the EU, fiat reference virtual asset in these different regions, so fiat tokens, recognized fiat crypto tokens in the UAE, payment tokens in the UAE as well. Japan has digital money type stable coins, and so just demonstrating, going around the circle here. I'll link this in the description if you guys are interested, and I will link the actual report in the description. But just giving here, stating the examples that already exist, and guys, more are coming down the pike. So is it of any surprise to you that Ripple would introduce this stablecoin on the heels of the Bank of International Settlements reports as they're coming out with this? I mean, Hodor right on top of it. So with that liquidity, guys, comes more demand for XRP. Brad also did comment on XRP's status when it comes to clarity now. This one courtesy of M.A. Lee at Crypto Barbie here on Twitter. Listen to this.
I told David this backstage. When friends of mine ask me, hey, I want to invest in crypto, how should I do that? I always say, like, invest in a basket. I'm not saying just buy Bitcoin or just buy XRP. I'm saying you want to invest in a basket and have diversification. So, look, I think there will be other ETFs. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take a little bit of time because the United States SEC is fighting that. But I think one of the things that people don't fully understand, they haven't really paid attention to, in the United States, there's only 2 cryptos that have regulatory clarity. Bitcoin, and because of the fight we had with the courts, XRP has regulatory clarity that it's not a security. And so that is, I think it's a differentiator, and I think it does matter. To answer your macro point, look, there will be other ETFs in the United States. Hard to predict the timelines. I don't know how hard Gary Gensler and this SEC will fight.
There will be other ones, but XRP guys and Bitcoin are the ones currently with the legal clarity. So would it be that far-fetched that, with Ripple stablecoin banks and their partnerships, by the way, banks are going to use the XRP stablecoin, driving more liquidity to the XRP ledger? And so it's all making sense. It's making more and more sense as the weeks go on, as the months go on. When we do see more liquidity in the space, that's going to give a lot of these real-world utility cryptocurrencies a lot more of a driving force behind them to reach higher prices, guys. I think this is what Ripple is doing. I think they're really trying at all angles to try to build a liquid market so XRP can thrive, can get to higher prices, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.